Is it me or these past few weeks Raw has just been like completely missing something? I can't even put my finger on it, but Raw been missing something these past few weeks. I mean, I could put my finger on a few things. Creative has been extremely lazy. Creative been lackluster. Thank God for Lee Fitting to where at least every Raw, I think the highlight of the show been Lee Fitting production. Because when you see the backstage vignettes where like how tonight Becky Lynch, she cuts a promo going outside before the battle royal, and she cuts the promo talking crap until it's time for her to come out to the ring, and all of that, that's Lee Fitting. And they're trying new stuff every week. Like the week Liv Morgan hurt Rhea Ripley's shoulder, if that's where she actually got it hurt. I doubt it. But just that whole segment, if you remember, Dom pushed the camera, then the camera started going into the ring into a match. That's Lee Fitting. Outside of the new production skills, whatever you want to call it, Lee Fitting has been adding to the show. The show has been filled with a lot of filler. And I think it's imperative that going into the Netflix era, WWE, let's scale this back 1 hour. Let's go back to 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. No, 11 p.m., sorry. Let's scale it back. A 3-hour show is like, it's already draining. And it's not even like it's an hour of filler. It's like 75% of the show is filler, and nothing is must see in these 3 hours. Like literally nothing. The Battle Royal, Becky Lynch celebration, okay, that was cool. ChadGable segment, that was cool. Like it's almost nothing on here that was just must see TV like how Raw used to be. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but WWE creative, WWE writing, WWE production, we all let's get the filler off of us and let's try to elevate to that next level. I feel like coming off of WrestleMania, we should be trying to break more records and, you know what I mean, just take it to that next level creatively, especially when you got AEW. They just dropped a classic pay-per-view dynasty with classic matches and all of this, and now we tune into Raw and we got 3 hours of filler. Come on, man. Raw starts off, let's get it right to it. Bobby Masoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Raw starts off, Jey Uso cutting a promo. Damian Priest interrupts. They talk about a whole bunch of nothing. Damian Priest talks about how he respected Jey Uso, and yeah, it's going to be me and you to take over. It's our time. And Damian Priest went back to Hill mode saying, nah, man, nah, it's my time now. Then he tried to play him. Jey Uso had some funny comebacks. He started like roasting Damian Priest. He said something like, he's the leader of the Judgment Day. Yeah, because Rhea Ripley ain't here. That was a little funny. And it was like, man, oh yeah, you know another thing about Rhea Ripley? You dob bitch. So that was a little funny for Damian Priest and Jey Uso to be going back and forth. Shawn Michaels and Triple H come out versus the Awesome Truth. I don't even think I want to acknowledge DIY as DIY anymore. Until they stop this DMX gimmick, we just gonna call them Triple H and Shawn Michaels. This is ridiculous what they're doing. And I don't care if people think I'm nitpicking, I'm being petty. I don't care about none of that. This DIY shit that they're doing, where they're acting like DX, is some of the most laziest writing you could fucking do. I cannot believe they're still doing this shit. Now, if you're not from the real DX era, or if you wasn't a fan back then, or even if you was and it doesn't bother you, it brings you some nostalgia, okay, great. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think it looks horrible. I like DIY when they had the blue and yellow, they clapping on the A, but they doing a DIY thing. Stop trying to be Shawn Michaels or Triple H, but it's okay. You want to be Shawn Michaels or Triple H? We'll start saying Shawn Michaels or Triple H, DX versus the Awesome Truth. Then there's a commercial. Then WWE announces King and Queen of the Ring, May 25th in Saudi Arabia. This will be a classic. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think they already planted the seed for Gunther to win. I think this is a perfect lane, a perfect route for Gunther to start his journey on trying to capture either the WWE title or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, either one. I think this is where he starts his route. I got Gunther winning. I don't even know everybody else that's in it, but I got Gunther winning regardless, unless the final boss come back, which we know he not right now. Who else? The Queen of the Ring. Who do I think will win the Queen of the Ring? I got Tiffany Stratton. I think they should have Tiffany Stratton win the Queen of the Ring. Those are just some quick predictions. I like to see that they're bringing that back. So they got a regular tag team fight. So they got DIY. Oh, yeah, they're fighting the New Day. Why they were fighting? Oh, no, they was actually fighting the Awesome Truth. My bad. DIY versus the Awesome Truth for the titles, actually. So we kind of knew DIY wasn't going to win the titles, even though it was a slight part of me was like, man, maybe Triple H have them win the titles because they never change titles on Raw no more. Raw used to be a big, important show where big title changes happen. Mick Foley, Mankind, won his first world title on Monday Night Raw. They don't really seem to do that anymore, so I kind of knew Awesome Truth was going to win. Tommaso Ciampa, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but he seems to tweak his left knee. It seemed real, but he was selling it pretty hard, but he went through the match all right throughout most of the match. DIY does finisher. Truth saves the match. Migs tags. They go back and forth a little bit. Then they hit him with this finisher. I like this finisher Miz and Truth starting to do. They call it, what the hell they call it? The Truth Crushing Finale. And it's basically where, Miz does his Crusher finale, then Truth comes in, and it's actually a nice little move. I ain't gonna lie. So they all clapping or whatever. They congratulating each other. Then, what's the name? They go to shake hands, but Tommaso Ciampa, he decides not to shake the Miz's hand. He leaves Truth and them hanging. So we'll see if we got a heel turn or if they're gonna start breaking DIY up. I think they need to do anything. I like them as a team, but do anything but the gimmick they're doing now, and I'll be happy. Damian Priest yelling at JD and Dom from the back. Then Dom informs him like, man, my elbow is messed up. I ain't going out there with JD versus Ricochet and Andrade. I broke my man. And who is that? The new coming of Eddie Guerrero himself, Santos Escobar on Monday Night Raw. Oh, man. Santos is a star, man. He just got the look. He got the image. He has it. It's something called an it factor. Not everyone has it. Almost no one has it. Andrade got it. Santos Escobar got it. So he's on Raw. I like him on Raw. I'm pretty sure they're going to draft him to Raw, too. Then Gunther comes out. He announces he will be joining the King of the Ring. And he has his Imperial dudes there, and they're in the middle of the ring. Then New Day interrupts, and it's like it was so disappointing, like for me, because New Day is so great on the mic. I'm not gonna lie, like it seemed like they could do that in their sleep. So I'm not complaining on that. Their work is like Hall of Fame level work. They future Hall of Famers. They will be in the Hall of Fame. And they've been doing their thing for a lot of years now. You got to give respect to the New Day as a team, as individual, and all of that. They got gold, they got seniority, they got longevity, all of that. It's something about it that's just getting old at this point. I can't even put my finger on it, but I don't know if it's just too cheesy. I like the work, but it's just like I've seen this so many times, and it's just like I don't know, man. But he interrupts Imperium, and they had a cool back and forth. They had a cool feud, and that street fight was fire. But I'm like, you see him. They about to set the match up with Vinci and Kaiser versus the New Day, and it's just I'm so sick of this fucking match, man. So it's a commercial. Come back. They have a regular match or whatever. So, make it long story short, New Day wins. Gunther's outside watching. He's not on color commentary. He's obviously pissed off. New Day won, and he just starts like grilling Kaiser. He might have said a thing or two to him. Kaiser telling Vince it's good, man. It's good. Helped him out the ring. Then slammed him into the ring apron, to the screen thing. I think that was fire. I mean, I kind of knew he was setting it up. I don't know why he was making it so obvious, Kaiser, but if you watch that segment, you'll be like, he just set it up for a good, like, fucking, let's see, 80, 90 seconds. But he throws him into the ring apron and starts beating his ass outside the ring. And not know, like, yo, I'm teaching you a lesson. No, he's trying to take Vinci out. Like, it's more like he might have fucked his girl or something like that. Kaiser, I think his girl is Tiffany Stratton, so I wouldn't even blame Vinci. But so he starts beating him up outside. Then he acts like he's leaving. So everybody, like, they got the security people come. They try to hold him back. He act like he's leaving there, and he breaks in a full speed, runs and double drop kicks Vinci, as he's like leaning against the steps or whatever. The same move he did to injure, was it Xavier, on the New Day. So the crowd chants holy shit. It looked like a nice spot. It looks realistic. We all love that. And he goes backstage, and Gunther looked pleased. And he said something to the effect of, man, I told you. I told you. After commercial, Drew cuts promo, folding his legs like Punk. Drew been on such a classic, legendary momentum for the past, I would say, since he turned heel. Since he like dropped the sword, man, Drew promos, Drew work, Drew storytelling, everything has been A1, top tier, and he continues it. He cuts a promo in the middle of the ring, folding legs, talking to CM Punk. They was wanting him, and he said something funny. He said, man, Drew says, say what, and you like the front, you kiss your cousin. It's like try to bait them to not say what, you know what I mean? Then you got a few people in the crowd that still said it, and he was like, man, you guys are sick. It was like, I'm wondering if he's coming off this on the top of his head, or are they writing some of this stuff for him? It seems like some of it's coming off the top of the head, because honestly, some things you just can't teach, you can't write, because it's just always going to look a certain way. But when that shit is coming naturally and it's off the top, then, it looks another way. So he says that Sheamus interrupts. They go a little back and forth. Sheamus tells him, not even back and forth. Sheamus just kind of airing him out, telling him, "Yo, man, you're depressed. I mean, you're obsessed, and this not the Drew I know. You've been bitching for 4 years." And Drew killed Sheamus with this joke. He was like, "Yo, man, before you left, you used to have match. You used to be banger after banger after banger. And now you come back, is burger after burger after." Because, Sheamus look a little heavier now. You could tell he been having a little fun on his time off. But it's funny he pointed that out. Sheamus couldn't stop laughing. After that, Shinsuke Nakamura interrupts. Then you got a match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus. Shinsuke Nakamura, he must have pissed somebody at WWE Creative off. I'm convinced. He pissed Triple H off. He pissed Stephanie off. He pissed Bruce Pritchard off. Maybe it was Lee Fitting he pissed off. Maybe it was Shawn Michaels. Who knows? For them to just continuously bury Shinsuke Nakamura every week, he jobs all his matches. Of course, he lost this match, right? But let me tell you, Drew McIntyre was outside the ring of this match. You know what I mean? He didn't interfere in the match, but he did little distractions, and they still booked Shinsuke to lose. So Shinsuke can't win. If he cheated, if he spit the poison in the eye, if somebody distracts, if somebody interrupts, if it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, they're not booking anything for Shinsuke Nakamura to win any type of match. This is the stupidest shit I've seen in a very long time. When you have a talent like Shinsuke Nakamura, and the best thing you could come up with is for him to do jobs. A talent like Shinsuke Nakamura, and you job him every week. Sometimes I wish like stars like this, what they're doing, I wish they would have just released them. In 90 days, we could have seen him in AEW, and we would have liked that work a lot more, even with the crappy writing or whatever, because it just, I feel like it works a little bit better over there at AEW. Somebody like Shinsuke, he's not going to get caught up. To be honest, AEW don't even be doing storylines like that. Not on weekly television. It just seems like they're all over the place. But we're still going to get a crazy-ass match from Nakamura, and he won't be jobbing every week. That's why I would like to see Nakamura in AEW. I'd rather see that than he's in WWE. He's having these lackluster matches. He's losing every week. It's a travesty. I hope they find something better to do with Shinsuke Nakamura. After the match, SamiZayn is backstage. He's cutting the interview. He gets interrupted by Bronson Reed, and what else happens after that? Bronson Reed just decides to whip his ass. So he's interrupting him, talking shit. Sammy like, all right. Bronson Reed leave. Out of nowhere, Bronson Reed comes, start fucking him up. Security breaks it up. He leaves. He comes back, squashes him against the fucking toolbox. SamiZayn is on the ground, beaten. That shit crazy. And I like how they're booking this SamiZayn getting beat up, having to come back. SamiZayn got the hawk up thing now, so he gets in more of an excuse to do that, and I'm not mad at it. I like the hawk up. I like SamiZayn. SamiZayn's selling is impeccable. He up there with Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels. You got top sellers in the game. The Rock is a heavy seller. SamiZayn, he could sell his ass off, man. ChadGable cuts a promo that Without this promo, I will be very upset that I even watched Raw. ChadGable, I like this heel turn he's doing. I think if I was Chad, I'll watch a lot of Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle turned heel, the energy shifted. It got different. ChadGable could bring that level of intensity, and it'll be a sight to see. He cuts a heel promo on Sammy saying he started turning on him because it's funny too, because SamiZayn did put the belt right in front of him. So he said, man, you coming to console me, but you laid that belt right in front of me, and you all celebrating with your wife, man. I had enough of it. He actually had some valid reasons why he would turn on a nigga. It wasn't just because, that's what creative wrote. It was like, man, nah, this nigga was pissing me off, so he had to get it. So I fuck with that. But yo, he had this segment, right? So as he's talking about Sami Zayn, then he starts talking about Tozawa. Man, you come out here and do this stupid ass dance, man. You're a loser. Comes at Maxine Dupri. Maxine, man, I'm wasting my time trying to train you. You suck. Then he said, Otis, man. Otis, I ain't gonna lie, man. You was the star, man, but you the biggest. You the biggest disappointment of them all. Cuts a mean promo. Then he asking him, yo, y'all gonna help me, right? I'm gonna get that Intercontinental title. Y'all gonna help me no matter what, right? And they all say, yeah, no matter. But he like, nah, Otis, say it. Tell me no matter what. All right, no matter what. Yo, this is funny. I like that they did this because Alpha Academy was one of the segments on Raw. I was like, Alpha Academy was just getting too cheesy for me, man. So I'm happy that they finally got some spice into their whole thing because man, that shit was starting to get annoying. Andrade and Ricochet versus Santos Escobar and JD. Santos Escobar on Raw. I like that. Yo, they did this crazy ass move. A Hurricanrana turned into a leg drop that was fire. It was a regular tag team match, but for the most part. Damian Priest interrupts and beats up Ricochet and Andrade. Andrade and Ricochet, they won the match. Anything with JD in it, they're having him job. It's kind of like the Shinsuke thing. I like Shinsuke more because I seen a lot of his work more, but the same go for JD. Why have a talent like JD there if you're just going to have him job every week? It doesn't help. But Wednesday on Speed, him and Ricochet has a 3-minute match. I still didn't understand the 3-minute match of the Speed. Maybe y'all could write in the comments to help me understand what the fuck are we doing with that. A 3-minute fast-paced match. Then somebody's going to be the Speed champion, and it's on X, and why should I give a fuck about that? I think it's getting too many titles in WWE. The Speed champion? Okay. Did I say Damian Priest interrupts? He beats up Ricochet and Andrade. Tells Dominic and JD he doesn't need him. Seems like Judgment Day is falling apart. Will Rhea Ripley come back and get them back together? Who knows? Will they separate? Who knows? But I wouldn't mind them separating. Backstage argument with Nia Jax and Liv fighting. They're arguing, screaming back and forth. He's one of these Lee Fitting productions. Becky grabs the mic, cuts the promo, walking to the ring, talking the man stuff, trying to hype Maxine up, and she literally goes into the ring. From backstage, camera follows her the whole time, and there was this one segment in Gorilla. I don't know if Becky forgot the camera was following her or there was some type of mishap that happened right before she went out. Women's Battle Royal. The first notation, the first highlight, I should say, Maxine Dupree eliminates Candice LeRae and Indy. Candice and Indy, they've been bullying Maxine for weeks and weeks and weeks. So they had Maxine get the spot over her, which was heartwarming. Piper and Becky, they outside of the ring. They're fighting. Piper is pissed off. Becky Lynch eliminated her. Elimination. Becky Lynch went and got from under the ring, so she was still in the match. Nia Jax, Samoa slams Piper on the table, and she almost couldn't get her up too. She picking her up. She almost dropped Piper Nivian. Piper Nivian, I think. She almost dropped her. Nia Jax is strong as fuck though, cause she almost dropped her, but she didn't, and was able to pick her up fully, then still gain the strength to do the move what she was trying to do. And Piper didn't even jump, so Nia could have a good hold on her. Like, Nia picked Piper up and it was completely dead weight. That shit was so impressive. Nia Jax is dominating after that. Then there's 3 left. It's Nia Jax, Liv, and Becky. They the last 3. Nia dominating, and Nia gets eliminated, which was surprising. She got eliminated, and now it's Liv versus Becky, the last 2. They fight on the apron mostly in this segment, and I like that. I like it was just something different. You know, with these filler shows, we got to push ourselves through mentally. I like it was something different that they ended on the apron, and they're fighting, they're going back and forth, and Becky basically hits her finisher manhandle slam. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Becky Lynch, new women's world championship. That's fire. She has a crazy ass celebration, pyro, everything, the whole 9, and we're happy for Becky Lynch, man. Like, she did her thing. She deserved it. She still deserves it. I feel like she's 7-time champion, and she will be going down in the history books when it's all said and done. You can believe that, man. So that was it. That was Monday Night Raw, man. Man. These filler shows is hard, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love wrestling, and it's just like, who the fuck is writing this shit? Like, Paul Levesque cannot be. I guarantee Paul Levesque is doing way more than just creative, cause some of this shit is just like, come the fuck on, bro. Like, none of this shit made sense. You know what I mean? Like, just filler matches, predictable matches. Backstage segments been great. I just want a better product, man. That's all I'm saying. I don't be wanting to be too hard on the WWE writers and creative, but I just want a better product, man. I spent 3 hours watching this shit, and at the end, I want to feel like, oh, at least let me not want to fucking do too much, because I want to make sure I watch Raw next week because it's must-see TV. No, like, these past few episodes, it's like I could miss this shit, and I haven't missed nothing. So hopefully they get that together, man. But I got some extra videos coming for y'all this week. Appreciate the love, appreciate the comments, appreciate the subscriptions. Y'all want me to cover anything? Y'all want to talk about anything? Hit me in them comments. I'm always responding. I'm always trolling back, bullshitting back, and all of that. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe, and please, man, I'm going to ask WWE Creative one more time. Let's stop the lackluster writing. Let's stop the bullshit. We're spending 3 hours to watch this show. just give us a little bit more. Just give us a little bit more. Some twists and turns, if not some compelling storylines that we will actually be invested to and giving a fuck about. Come on, we rolling into the Netflix era. Let's try to work these kinks out now. Some of these Raws are fucking horrible. And this show wasn't the worst show in the world, but it was a far cry from the best thing on television. But it is what it is. Byron My Son 215, like, comment, subscribe.